Today we're going to learn about effective rate. We're going to discuss what effective rate is and why as a merchant you need to be able to calculate it. What is effective rate? Well, it's not pi, it's not a square root, or anything as complicated to calculate as the relative gravity of the sun and the earth and the moon. It does present a question, though, that we need to know the answer to. What is effective rate? How do we find it, and why do we need it? Effective rate allows us to do apple and orange comparisons. When you're reviewing your statement, you need a way to compare what you're paying now to what you could be paying with a different processor. So what is effective rate? Well, effective rate is the actual percentage cost you paid for credit card processing. Everything you find on the statement, interchange, processor markup, fees, and all the miscellaneous stuff added together. Everything on all of those pages divided by the total volume of cards processed. So here's the big question. Why do we care? It gives you the ability to understand what you are really paying versus what you think you are paying. And this is very important. What you think you are paying isn't really what you're paying. Have you ever looked at your statement and asked yourself, what do all these numbers mean? Have you felt confused and lost trying to decipher the information on those pages? Let's pull back the sheets and uncover a way to completely discover what you're paying for card services. Take a look at your statement. We need to find two things. Number one, how much did you pay last month for credit card processing? And number two, what is the total dollar amount submitted for processing? Let's do a math example. We have a business. Last month they paid $322 for credit card processing. They submitted for processing a total of $10,160 in card transactions. The formula for effective rate is not too hard. It's the amount paid last month divided by the amount processed. The result is the effective rate. So how do we figure that? Let's do an example. You try. Last month, $322 was paid out by the merchant for $10,162 in card transactions. The easiest way to do this is to take the smaller number, the amount paid by the merchant, and divide it by the bigger number, which is the amount processed. Little number divided by bigger number. Now do the math. Move the decimal point 2 spaces over to get a percentage. In this case, the answer is 3.17%. That's the effective rate. So what have we learned? Well, an effective rate of 3.17 means that when you sell $100 worth of product, you're actually giving away $3.17 of your money for card processing, meaning you only get to keep $96.83. There are many costs to doing business: lighting, phone, advertising, employees, taxes, rent, you name it. Businesses like yours have to make a profit. So what's left over? We call that net profit. Net profit is what you get to keep after all is done, and you need that. In fact, how do you get more? Well, there are really only two ways to increase net profit. You can continuously advertise. Driving more customers to your door means more sales, or reduce the costs of sales, one of which is the cost associated with processing credit cards. You can reduce the cost of processing by managing risk. Less risk means less cost, and that's what we at Priority Payment Systems do for you. Why educate you on effective rate? By revealing the tricks the magician has up his sleeve, we create transparency, and transparency is a good thing when you have nothing to hide. Once we uncover the current effective rate, in this case 3.17, we educate the merchant, and managing risk, we can then realize a lower effective rate, in this example 2.41. Let's sit down and perform an analysis of your business. We'll show you where and how to reduce your exposure, counsel you on available best practices, and manage your transactions better. Remember with the other processor, paid $322? Had we processed that business, it would have been $244. Now that, my friends, is savings. I promise, once you see the savings, our commitment to protecting you from risk, and provide award-winning access to our personalized customer service, you'll want to partner with us too. With effective rate, we show actual savings. Let's make effective rate your new best friend.
Created using Powtoon.